Hi, everyone. I am back. I apologize for the technical difficulties that we were having earlier, which caused us to stop and start over and over from our originally scheduled 1 p.m. Central Standard Time that we had scheduled to start week one's discussion for Women's Entrepreneurship 101, a holistic approach to build business wealth. I am your instructor, Coach Jennifer, and I'm so excited that you have decided to join this course and build business wealth in a way that really serves you. I'm so excited for um, not just the wealth that you're going to build, but all of the things that comes with that. Your ability to have freedom, your ability to be present with yourself and the people that you love, to be purposeful in life, because having wealth is not just about money. But we will get into that into our course. So I don't want to jump ahead. This is week one, and we're going to spend this time together today introducing ourselves to each other. If you are watching me on live on TikTok or YouTube, feel free to um, put your comments in the chat. I will be able to see them and respond to you. I'll be checking them periodically throughout this live stream for our week one discussion. For all of our existing students who are enrolled in the course course platform, you will get a copy of this recording. You'll get that. Um, Let me show you what's going to happen here. Okay. Yes, so you will get that copy of this video recording in your course. So don't worry about it if you haven't seen it, or if you can't stay on the entire time. If you are enrolled in the course, you will get all course materials and videos to help you along this journey of creating or nurturing and building a um, a business that will produce business wealth from a holistic approach. Okay, so once again, so excited to have you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Women's Entrepreneurship 101, a holistic approach to building business wealth. I am your instructor, Coach Jennifer, and today's class, we're focused on two priorities today. One is just introducing ourselves to each other, helping you get to know me a little bit better because hey, you just probably met me very recently on TikTok. You don't know much about me. And I can't tell you all of it today, but I will give you a kind of a high level understanding of who I am, why I do what I do, and why I'm passionate about women's entrepreneurship. And then as we go along in the course, there will be many opportunities for you to get to know me during my office hours, joining these live sessions, and also just participating in the coursework. We'll get to know each other along the way. So I'm excited about you being a part of my community. That community is the Be Transformed community. Everything is about transformation. That is the ultimate goal that we want to get towards, but we have to work our way up to that place. And where we're starting with this course is really shifting our minds, our actions and behaviors so we can build the foundation for business wealth. All right. Well, I'll be kind of toggling back and forth. I want to make sure that I am being present as much as possible with you guys as you are a part of this live today. I also want to ensure that you you have a way of um, connecting throughout the class. So, like I said before, please feel free to drop your comments in the chat. Um, I will post a link in the chat for you to join and do your introduction. So happy for you to do that. I'm going to drop that right now because I would love to see you join um, and do your introductions as well. I'm going to give us a couple more seconds for people to, kind of get your notifications that I am here, that I've started the lesson for week 1. I apologize that there seems to be a little fuzziness in the video. I'm not sure why that's happening, but I will check on that to try to improve that for our next class. This is um, something that I've been able to kind of pull there pretty quickly, um, to be able to offer this support, because before now I didn't have a free program or course for you to take. I This is what I do professionally as a business coach, so I needed to pull this together pretty quickly to be able to meet the current need. So be patient with me over the next few weeks as I tweak our platforms and make sure that we have everything we need to have a great experience together. I'm going to try to clean my camera and see if that helps, hopefully. But if not, we'll just keep moving right along. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining. I am going to start with my introduction. But before I do that, just want to remind you, if you are a current student in the course, this video and all other course materials will be in the course for you. Um, I will post in the course, the online course, when you can expect me to go live, when we'll have those interactive sessions. So you can, kind of talk to me and we can go back and forth on your current business needs, where you are, whatever our week's course is about. We'll be able to do that together. For everyone else, I would encourage you to register to join the online course so you don't miss out on the community aspect of the course, supporting each other as we grow the specific course materials, the guides, the video replays, all the things that you're going to need to really help you create that business wealth that you're looking for. So we will start with talking about who I am. As I stated before, I am Coach Jennifer, your instructor. I have been an entrepreneur myself for um, probably over 15 years, for sure, like over 15 years. And throughout that time, there were times where I was solely an entrepreneur, and there were times where I worked in the corporate world, um, and also was an entrepreneur. I feel like and I actually have been an entrepreneur at so many stages of my life. I've been an entrepreneur a um, as a wife. I've been an entrepreneur as a divorcee. I've been an entrepreneur as a single mother. I've been an entrepreneur as a mother, an empty nester. And so I've been through a lot of different stages that really helps me resonate with a lot of women on their journey. I started my entrepreneurship journey when my daughters were very young, um, because to be able to build that relationship with them, give them that foundation of learning in those first 8 years of their life to set them up for success. And I needed an option to help me be able to be present to do that. So, entrepreneurship was the best option for me at that time. It allowed me to be present with my family, and to contribute in the ways that I really desired to and enjoyed. It also gave me some income so I can contribute to my household. And it also put me on a path of continuous learning. So I was always learning and growing my skills, which really helped me when I did decide to go back into the corporate world, because I had skilled up and I had done it all while being an entrepreneur. So that is a little bit about the beginning of my origin story as an entrepreneur. I come from a family who is full of entrepreneurs, and they are successful, they are resilient. Um, and I believe that that is where I receive that passion, that gift, that ability, the inspiration from is from my family. Um, Starting with my parents to, aunts, uncles, now cousins. I mean, it's just something that's kind of in my blood on both sides just from conditioning. Um, and I'm really grateful for that because it has opened so many opportunities for me to live the life that I desire. And that's not to say that it has not been a journey of highs and lows, because sometimes I still experience them today, just like you. But what I can say is that it has been a gift in the fact that it allows me um, to live the life that I desire, to create that foundation. And that's what I'm teaching in this course, is how to create that foundation for the life that you really desire. So I want to tell you a little bit more about who I am as a leader. I am a very passionate leader. I am the founder of Our Shared Journeys. It's a nonprofit organization that supports under-resourced women, business owners. And that's one of the ways that I give back in this space. Because, like I said, I do this for a profession. And so my services are build services, and I am considered a high ticket coach. So I wanted to find ways that I could give back and contribute to our world and the community that I'm really passionate about, which is women. And that's how I did it. I founded Our Shared Journeys in 2023, and we are, still a baby, but um, I would say a thriving organization now, not even fully 2 years later. So I'm very grateful for that. We're located in Dallas, Texas, but a lot of our events are virtual as well. So you could join and be a part of that movement as well and get the support and resources that you need through that avenue. I just as an individual, I love to laugh. I you know, there's so many facets of me, and I love to experience them myself and allow other people in my life to do the same in different spaces, right? Because as a professional, as someone who has to be really focused on helping individuals create that foundation to build a structure for a successful and sustainable business, that is a serious job. People are investing in me and my knowledge and my skills and experience, and they are looking for a return on that investment. And I'm very passionate about creating the freedom that wealth brings for other people, helping them create that for themselves, actually. That's what I'm very passionate about, helping you see what is possible and building a framework that you can follow that is easy for the everyday person. If you don't have 10 to 15 years of business experience, operational experience, um, you would still be able to follow the programs that I have as a coach to get to the outcomes that you really desire. Um, like many of you who have been on this entrepreneurial journey, I have failed many times, and I mean many. Okay. Um, it has not been an easy journey. I will not, profess that entrepreneurship is for everybody, or that it is easy and all you have to do is have an idea and you can get rich overnight. Maybe sometimes, but um, the key goal when it comes to entrepreneurship is not just to get to a place of a financial number. It is to allow that to be a contributor to your overall wealth, and for that wealth to be sustainable. It doesn't really, help that you've made 300,000 this year or 5 million this year if next year you're broke. Like, it's not really advancing your life. You may have gotten some things, you know, but those things that you received during that period of time, they maybe all be threatened because you don't have the resources to sustain those things. So I understand what it is like to go on the journey and to have your highs, your lows, to have your failures. I mean, some of them that you don't even want to tell anybody about, or some of them that you can only tell one or two people in your life because everyone else would not understand. Like, why are you still doing this? What are you thinking? You know, there's so many other options, but you choose this. That is how people talk to and engage with entrepreneurs, people who are saying like, there's another way, or I need to add this on top of what I'm already doing. A lot of times people can be very discouraging if they're not in that world and understand, like I said, the freedoms and gifts that it provides. Um, I'm a woman of deep faith. It is my foundation in God. That is my belief. And it has really helped me to be resilient, to be hopeful. And those are things that you absolutely need as an entrepreneur. One day I just decided like, I have been working for these companies. I have been making them 6 to 7 figures, and I see their growth since I have been involved, since I have been over their operations, and really contributing in a lot of different ways to their culture and the things that they're doing. Why am I not making this money for myself? You know, I appreciate those opportunities because I feel like it was a setup for me. It was like, okay, this is my training period. It is my exposure to managing those type of funds, to creating those type of funds. And so I really appreciate that foundation because it really gave me the confidence to know that I can create it and I can manage it, I can sustain it, and I can grow it. And that is how you get to a place of wealth, right? When it relates to business. Um, I because of that foundation, I've been able to grow. Um, as an individual, I have been able to grow as a professional business coach and consultant. I have really establish myself in this space. And one of the things I'm doing as I'm on my growth journey as well in some areas of my business is creating more exposure for myself. I have been a referral based business and been able to do that. And it's been great. And I've been able to exceed, even the amounts of money that I thought I could ever make early on in business. And so I'm very grateful for that. But what I'm really called to do and how I'm really called to help people on group levels and individuals, um, you need to know that I'm here and I am here. So this is a part of my journey to increase my exposure. That is my vulnerable moment with you because we all have things that we're working on. We all have things that aren't quite together, but it doesn't mean that it decreases our value at all. It doesn't mean that at all, right? So I just want to encourage you that whatever that thing that you're doing, whether you're telling somebody about this idea for the first time or you're launching a new product or service, like have the confidence that you were created for this, you were meant to do this, and you're going to do it well. And there's someone looking, needing the product that you have or service that you have. So I look forward to getting to know you on this journey to build wealth. Um, I dropped in the chat, I believe I did, um the link. Let me see if I can drop it in the other platforms to make sure you guys can see it. I want to make sure that you guys can see the link to join. If you would like to come on screen and do an introduction, feel free to click that link to get into the studio. And once I see you in the studio, I will welcome you up on the screen to do your introduction. In the meantime, feel free to drop your thoughts, your comments, um, your hey girl, nice to meet you, whatever you want to say, feel free to drop that into our chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Women's Entrepreneurship 101, where I, your instructor, Coach Jennifer, am teaching you a holistic approach to building business wealth. All right. So, as I see you guys joining, thank you so much for being a part of this course. I am going to get started into the course. I see a couple other people joining in. If you would like to come on screen and do an introduction, tell me a little bit about your business and your goals or why you're joining this course, I'm happy to have you on screen. There should be a link in the chat for you to click And once I see you, that you are wanting to join, I will welcome you on so we can get to know each other a little bit because that's what this time is for. So I will just double check our chat every few minutes to see if there's any questions or anything that's needed. And I'll also um, be looking for anyone who wants to jump in and be a guest and introduce yourself um, and your business or business concept. All right. So while we're allowing space for that, I do want to jump into the lesson today. So today we are focusing on the 8 powers you possess to um, build and create a life of wealth. That's what we're focusing on. 8 powers you possess to create a life of wealth. So this is laying the foundation. We're going to get into mindset shifts. We're going to get into all the things, right? And as we talk about these 8 powers that you possess, there are these powers actually create the shift. But today's goal is really just to open your mind up to how powerful you actually are, because you are extremely powerful. Okay, you're extremely powerful, and you need to know this. You need to believe this as an entrepreneur to be successful. You need to believe this as a woman, as an influencer. You need to believe that to be successful. So, we're going to start with the first power. And let me just switch things up for you guys so you can see. Um, because I want you to be able to go along with me. Make sure I can get it big. Okay. All right. So the 8 powers you possess to create a life of wealth. The first power is the power of words. So when you think about what you say, do you think about it? I mean, that's the first question. Do you really think about what you say about you, about your business, about your plans, about your future? Because what you say reflects your inner world. Your words are an affirmation, whether positive or negative. So we want to make sure that we are speaking positive things about ourselves, about our plans, about our intentions, about our future, about our businesses, right? Even about our abilities. Like we want to be speaking very positive things because that's what's going to get us closer to those things happening and being a reality for us. The words that you speak, they really kind of program your subconscious. They influence your actions and ultimately your reality. And this is why you need to understand the power of your words. What you say is very important. And so we really want to take the time to stop and think before you speak. It's kind of like when we were little kids in school and the teachers would always tell us that. Well, that was a really good concept for us to learn, because if we do that, because when we experience life, there's a lot of programming around who we are, what we're capable of, if what we do is good or not, if someone values it, if someone wants it. And so as adults, we have to stop and take the time to reprogram our thoughts, because a lot of those thoughts are influenced by other people. It's not even what we think about ourselves or what we believe about ourselves. And so we have to stop to assess, is this what I really think about me? Right? Because it may not be what I really think about me, but it could be what someone said about me. Right? And I'm not sure how to filter this. So I want to make sure that I'm filtering it the right way to make sure that I am not taking on any negative thoughts about myself, because those things are not going to position you to create a life of wealth. It's just not going to happen. You have to believe it, and you have to keep speaking things about yourself that are going to put you in the position to have that life, for that to be your reality. So, an example is you constantly saying, I can't afford that. What that does is it reinforces a lack mindset. You want to replace something like that phrase with, how can I afford that? Because that shifts you towards seeking a solution. It may be in this current moment that you cannot afford that, but that's okay. You don't necessarily have to solve the problem in this current moment. But saying the phrase that, or focusing on how you can afford it, shifts you towards that solution. That there is a way, there is a possibility. It is possible for me to be able to have this thing or afford this thing. So you want to watch how you say and what you say, because these things are very similar. These two phrases are very similar, but they will produce a different outcome. One will produce lack, and the other one will produce a solution, which is what you desire. Speaking with your intentions creates change. You have to start using those kind of empowering words like I and phrases like I am capable. I attract the things that I desire. I will be successful. I will be purposeful. My business will be profitable, right? Directing your energy towards the things you actually desire versus spending a lot of time on the things that you actually fear. Because what you take that time to spend your mind on, you are attracting that to you, right? It's just a principle, and it becomes people's realities. How you see yourself is how you experience yourself and how other people experience you. So, the power that you have is that your words shape your reality. They can limit you or they can liberate you. Don't forget that. Okay? Your words shape your reality. They can either limit you or they can liberate you. So, you really want to focus on the power of your words. Okay? Our next power is the power of input. Input is what you hear, what is coming through your ears, like, right? Because that's getting into your mind. So that's the next thing we want to focus on, the power of the inputs that you have through what you hear. That could be people around you, it could be, um, it could also be music, just anything that is environmental. It could be that, right? So you really want to focus on what you hear, what those inputs are, because it shapes your beliefs. That information that you consume through hearing it from the news to conversations, perceptions of the world, or even your possibilities, those things really have an impact on you. And so you have to kind of protect yourself and, pick good things to listen to, like podcasts and different YouTube channels. You can't control the world around you. So you may be in places and environments where you do get a lot of negative messaging. But what you can do with the time that you can control is make sure that you are listening to and hearing positive messaging by you selecting and being intentional about what do you need to hear right now. Do you need to be encouraged? Sometimes you feel like I just need to escape. I just need to laugh. I just need to avoid all these things. But sometimes you need to be encouraged. Sometimes you need to be redirected. So find your sources of those things, how to be encouraged, how to be redirected by what you are listening. Surrounding yourself with negativity and complaints, they will only reinforce a scarcity mindset. They will only stop you from reaching your ultimate goals to build that life of wealth. So you really want to avoid that. um, it's important that you learn to filter your information, any information that comes to you that you're hearing, right? And that's even the information that I'm telling you. You need to filter all of it, make sure that it sits right with you. And if it doesn't, then it may not be for you. It may be conflicting your values, conflicting your identity, your core beliefs. So you need to make sure that you're filtering that information. Be mindful of what you allow in your mind and protect your mental space. It's so important that you do that. And make sure that you're getting that inspiring and positive content in, because your power is that the inputs determine your outlook, right? They determine how you see yourself and how you see your life. They can either empower you or they can disempower you. So be careful about those inputs. Okay. The next power that you have is the power of thoughts. So we're going to talk about that for a little bit. The power of your thoughts. Now, feel free to drop anything that you want to discuss in the chats. And also, if you would like to come in to be a part of this engaging discussion, there's a link in the, I'm going to put it back in here for you guys. There's a link that I'm placing in here so you can join the conversation and I can invite you on screen, okay? Once again, I am your instructor for Women's Entrepreneurship 101, a holistic approach to building business wealth. We are in week 1, and our focus this week was to do introductions, get you guys into the online platform so you can get all the benefits of this course, and also start our first week's lesson, which is really laying that foundation for the mindset that we're building, which is identifying the powers that you possess to create a life of wealth. All right, so I'm going to go back, but I'll be watching the chat and I'll be watching anyone who wants to ping in and have a comment or introduce yourself or talk a little bit about your business. I'm happy for you to pop in at any point. So feel free to just to do so. Okay, so we talked about the power of words. We talked about the power of input, what you hear. And now we're going to spend a little bit of time talking about what you think, the power of thoughts. Okay. Your thoughts create your feelings and your actions. Every action starts with a thought. You have to think about it first to decide, am I going to do this thing? Am I not going to do this thing? What am I thinking? Right. So it sets things in motion. So thoughts are so important and powerful. And remember this, these are your powers, the powers of what you say, the power of what you hear, and the power of your thoughts. These are not powers that others have over you unless you give it to them, right? These are your powers. And so we are laying the foundation for you to learn how to use your powers to build that life of wealth, that business, right? That's going to support a life of wealth. So, power of thoughts, how you think. Your thoughts shape your beliefs, okay? They drive your behavior and create those outcomes. Thinking that you're not good enough to succeed, that's going to lead to self sabotage, right? And sometimes, I mean, we all have these crazy thoughts. What is not like a bad thing necessarily that you have the thought because you're not like alone. We all have the thoughts. And there may be different things like I'm not a good speaker or um I don't have my elevator pitched down or you know my brand is not that pretty or I don't feel like I have the right outfit to wear to go to this networking thing or present myself. Like we all have these thoughts that limit us and actually become self-sabotage. It's not necessarily important that you have a thought. You shouldn't feel bad about it. You shouldn't feel like, oh, it's just me. No, it's definitely not just you. What is important is you understanding your power to control the thoughts, to decide like how long do you hold that thought in your hand, right? Or in your mind. Like think about this as your mind. How long do you hold that thought? Do you like let that thought run through and you're like, whatever. I'm gonna wear what I'm gonna wear. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. I'm gonna be cute because I said so, and I'm going, right? Like you have to just address those thoughts. Like even for me, like I really wanted to be a part of this movement of supporting women entrepreneurs. I saw a lot of classes being posted for TikTok University and Hillman Talk, and I really wanted to find a way to be a part of this and help and support. And I was like, it's time for me to get my hair done, and I don't have an appointment until early next week. So, what? I really don't want to be recording content, and especially content that's going to stay somewhere, right? And I'm not being able to present myself in the way that I would like to. But not only did I not allow that to stop me from moving forward, right? I also decided that, girl, it's gonna be just fine. I'll record this content, and it's important that I record it without being perfect. It's important that I record it without my edges slicked down. because I want you to know that you can do it too. And because I was willing to record it without everything being perfect and being in place, I have gained so many new followers on my social medias, over 1,000 new followers on my social media accounts. It's growing by the hundreds every day, all throughout the day. I have welcomed you and so many other women into my online course. And it's just the beginning. I just posted the course on Tuesday, right? Even though I didn't have my hair appointment this week, right? It's time. But I said it doesn't matter, right? Because one, I'm a leader and I'm an example for you guys. Like we are going through this journey, at the same time. I may be in a different space than you. I may be a little bit further ahead. I may not be. We don't know, right? But the goal here is to create community around the fact that our goals holistically are to build and create a life of wealth. And we're using business as a tool to do that, as a strategy to do that. Okay, I'm going to pop over and look at some of the comments. So glad that you guys are here today. Hey, Shayna, thank you guys for all your love. I know you just made it to class. Don't worry. I know how Chipotle can be. So don't worry, you're here. And I'm glad you're here. We are just wrapping up our third power, which was the power of thought. So you haven't missed much. And so just stick with us as we continue to go through the additional powers so you can learn how to use these powers as a foundation to build that life of wealth or that business that will create that wealth for you. So going back to the power of thought, like I said before, thinking about those thoughts like I'm not good enough to succeed, those thoughts do lead to self-sabotage. But if you start thinking like I am capable, I am resourceful, right? I am qualified, I am really good at this, those thoughts lead to confidence, which is what you absolutely need to do this thing called entrepreneurship. You need the confidence. Okay, we gotta have the confidence. Because confidence is something that people experience, right? When you show up, whether it's virtually or in person, they experience that confidence. And that confidence, whether they know anything about you or your services or your products, it makes them feel comfortable that, hey, you must have something good because you believe in it, right? So yeah, confidence is so important. And if you operate in the power of your thoughts, what you think, controlling them, managing them, letting those thoughts just kind of run through as they come into your mind, especially those negative thoughts, they shouldn't sit there, right? So let them go. If you operate like that, it is going to transform your life. It is going to transform how people interact and engage with you and open up doors for you to create the life that you really desire to live, using business as a strategy and tool to do so. Okay. Mastering your thoughts is key. Challenging those negative thoughts and replacing them with those positive ones, they actually empower you. Okay. It rewires your brain for success. And we talked about this. We talked about the fact that um, as we go through life, especially being adults, we go through life, we understand that we are getting messages from everywhere, from our environment, from our work environments, our families, our friends, our communities, our media, our music. We're getting all these messages about who we are, what we can do, what we're capable of, all the things, right? And so those words that we hear and those messages create those thoughts for us. Um, they put these new wavelengths in our brain, right? And I'm not going to get super scientific and specific because I don't want to lose anybody. Because I really want this to be a course for everybody. It doesn't matter where you are, what your education level is, doesn't matter. So I'm going to simplify things as much as possible as I'm speaking to you. But it creates new patterns in our brains. And so, what we have to do is we have to disrupt those patterns of thinking. And that's why we are laying this foundation for how to shift your mindset. We're laying the foundation of what a wealth mindset actually is. And so, you have to rewire your brain for success. because the messages that you have been received have created patterns in your brain that aren't driving you in the direction of success. They are causing you to self sabotage. They are causing you to get stuck. They are causing you to just not be the best version of yourself and live a purposeful life. Your power really lies in the fact that your thoughts are seeds of your reality. They nurture positive, and if you nurture those positive thoughts, you should expect a harvest. You should expect to get a return on that investment of the positivity that you have created by thinking about those positive things. And we talked a little bit about some of those returns, like confidence, like your ability to show up, to be present, to do that despite what you may or may not have or how you feel about where you currently are. So the next power that we're going to talk about is the power of conviction. Hmm. I'm sure you're probably thinking, what is the power of conviction, girl? What are you talking about? Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about conviction. Okay, conviction is, let me simplify it for you. It is what you believe. That's what it is. Your beliefs determine your limits. Do you realize that? What you believe determines what you can have, how far you can go, how you can grow. It determines your limits in life. So, you know, if you believe in yourself, it doesn't matter what the world says about you. It doesn't matter what other people think about you. It does not limit you. It cannot dictate who you are and what you can do or what you can have, right? If you allow limiting beliefs to be present, they will create this ceiling for your potential. And why do we need a ceiling? We don't. We have the sky. It's the limit. So examples of this kind of like that belief system, the power of your conviction is thinking like money is evil. Well, money is not evil. And if you think like that, it blocks wealth creation because to gain wealth in the way that we're speaking of, as relates to business wealth, money is a factor. You have to be able to gain money to gain wealth. And so thinking about it like that, um, you know, it is a limiting way of thinking, but it will impact your outcomes with money. It will impact your ability to make money in your business because you believe money is evil. Money's not evil, but love of money, the corruption of money, those things are evil, right? But money's not evil. Money has a purpose. It is currency. It helps you to do the things that you need to do. It helps you be purposeful in life. It helps you build wealth. It helps you create the legacy that you desire. And you need money to be successful, right? So you have to change your belief. Um, Changing it to something like money is a tool for good. Money helps me grow. Money helps me fund the purpose that I would like to operate in. Money helps me fund the life that I desire. Money helps me create a legacy. Those are good beliefs about money, right? Those are good things that are going to draw money into you because you believe that it is good. So, transforming those beliefs, identifying those challenging and limiting beliefs, and replacing them with empowering beliefs is really going to be the thing that supports your goal. It's really going to help you build that foundation for a life of wealth. Your power in this, in your power of conviction, is that your beliefs are your foundation, right? They are strong, positive beliefs. They create this solid base for you. And that's the base that you need to be able to reach those goals because you're gonna climb and you're gonna fall. And if you fall and it shatters the whole foundation, then you got to start all over. So your beliefs are that foundation that will sustain you no matter if you're climbing or if you're falling. And that's why it's important to hone in on that power and own that power of your convictions and your beliefs. Um, if you are consciously choosing what you say, what you hear, what you think, it is really shaping your mindset, right? It is shaping your mindset. It is causing new patterns in your brain, those patterns that we're looking for, those patterns that are going to get you to success and wealth. It's going to attract wealth and abundance. And that's what we're looking for in the power of conviction. All right. Um, Next, the next power that we want to talk about is the power of emotion. Um, like I said, if you guys want to join the chat, feel free to drop your information into the chat. Feel free to pop into the studio if you want to introduce yourself or you have a question about a concept that I'm teaching today about the 8 powers you possess to create a life of wealth. This is the foundation of creating business wealth is you have to believe that you can create a life of wealth. Have experience an entire life of wealth, not just in your business. So this is why we're starting here as the foundation of building that business wealth. But the next power that we're going to talk about today is the power of emotions. Emotions drive action or they drive inaction. And we all know that to be true, especially as women. Like, right, we've had our own experience. I mean, even as little kids, like we're like, ooh, if we're happy about something, excited about something, like we are taking all the steps to make it happen. We are moving forward. We are like doing all the things, right? Because we're excited about it. And that's really the emotions that we're feeling, happiness, joy, like, oh my gosh. So, but if we're scared, if we're fearful, if we're doubting, if we're insecure about something, it absolutely paralyzes you, right? It absolutely paralyzes you. So, um, it's so important that we can understand our emotions and be able to regulate them, to control them, to decide that we're going to have positive or, well, just let's just say we're going to decide that we're going to have positive emotions because we don't need the negative ones. They're going to come up and then we just have to manage them, process through them as quickly as we can in a healthy way, right? Acknowledge them as they come, but process through them because you get to determine how you think and how you feel. Those are all within your power. And these things are all important to the foundation that you are setting for yourself. So, an example is having a fear of failure that could prevent you from even getting started. And I'm sure a lot of you in this course, you have had that fear at some point, a fear of getting started, a fear of launching something new, a fear of telling somebody about what you're doing, a fear of putting a certain price, on your product or service. Those are real fears that happen along this journey. A fear of if you're going to be able to pay your bills because, okay, this month I didn't reach my financial goals and I haven't reached them for some time. How is this going to work? What do I do? Those are real fears. Um, but overcoming those fears really do create the excitement for the possibilities about what can be. Yes, in this moment, you may not have everything together. Everything may not be working the way that you had planned. But if you think about what can come out of this, what can happen for me, how this thing can grow, evolve, all those things, it does create some type of excitement and anticipation for the future. And sometimes you have to lean into those emotions, those feelings, those thoughts, because in this current moment, you're not experiencing what you really desire to be experiencing. And that happens, not just in entrepreneurship and this business world, but in every part of life. So we get to decide how we think about those things, how we feel about those things, whether we say, this is just a normal part of life, this is just a normal part of entrepreneurship, or we say, oh, I suck at this, I'm not good at this, I knew I shouldn't have done this. Like we get to decide how we speak about what we're doing and where we are in the current moment of our lives and our journeys as business entrepreneurs. So emotional mastery is important because it helps you to maintain momentum and you need that. Definitely, there are times that you need to stop and rest. But, one of the things that's really important on this journey is resilience, which I think we'll talk about um, a little bit later today, is that resilience piece. So, if you have that emotional mastery, it helps you keep going because you can control those emotions when they do rise up or you experience them and say, I'm not going to lean into that. I'm not going to let that change my entire day because this client said no, or they said not today, I want to start at a later date. I'm not going to feel like I failed, or I'm not good at this. I'm just not going to do that. It doesn't serve me to do that. And how you cultivate this power of your emotions is really just to be mindful, to meditate, to pray. If you do that, um, really focus on that positive self talk that we talked about earlier, what you say to yourself, what you say aloud. Um, these are powerful tools for managing your emotional state. So you want to use all of these things together and collectively to lay and build this really solid foundation. So it's like, okay, if you were a contractor and you were building a home, you know that you need to like lay the foundation for this home, and that foundation is going to be a concrete foundation. So you're going to more than likely put down, I think it's called rebar, these metal bars down first, because it's another layer of security and protection. And then you pour the concrete over it so that when the foundation seals, it's going to be really strong. That is what we're doing. I am giving you the metal rebars, I believe that they're called, of your foundation. Those are these 8 powers that we're discussing today. You're going to pour the concrete on top with shifting your mindset, the actions and behaviors and intentions that you're going to set for yourself. That's the concrete. It is going to solidify. It is going to be the real base of what you're doing. But today, what we're focusing on is giving you something that all those things can be attached to, which is understanding your power. So, your intentions, your purpose, your goals and aspirations, your business strategy and plan, all of those things are going to be attached to the powers that you possess. And that's why this is such an important foundational piece that we're talking about today. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. I am monitoring it. So if you do want to say something about these powers or have a question about a particular power, I'm very happy to respond to that. Okay, feel free to do so. All right. So our next power is the power of vision. And I'm going to, like really get into this with you. Okay. What is vision? Oh my gosh. So it's so deep and not at the same time, right? It is basically just having a clear vision. What that does is just provide direction. It's the thing that provides you the direction. Um, it really helps you see where you're going. Like it really helps you see that. It is really good at pulling you forward. That is what a vision does. It pulls you forward and gives you efforts towards your purpose. That's why purpose is so important, because you got to know where you're going, right? You got to know where you're going, and you got to have the vision for that thing. So now I have the purpose, I have the vision, and it's pulling me forward because I understand that my power really stands in the vision that I have for this purpose. So instead of vaguely wanting more money, like I just want more money, envision a specific lifestyle, right? Envision the impact that you could make if you had that money. Envision the freedom that wealth would provide you. That envisioning clarifies and motivates you. That is the approach that you want to have when you lean into the power of vision, right? Because what we're doing is laying this foundation to create a life of wealth, to create a business that supports that life. Because once again, the business was created to serve you. You are the creator. So you're creating something that is meant to serve you. You're creating something that you own. It doesn't own you. So you got to have a clear vision of that. And now, since I've created this thing, how does it serve me? What lifestyle does it create for me? What impact does it create for me? What is the freedom that I experience, right? You need to understand how it serves you, because it's going to give you the clarity that you need, and it's going to motivate you. And when we get into week 2, we're going to talk a little bit about like really how you see wealth. What does wealth mean to you? To really make sure that we're understanding how to shape our thoughts around wealth and what we're really working towards. That vision of wealth, or creating a life of wealth through using business as a tool to do that, right? So you want to visualize your desired outcomes. You want to do this often, like all throughout the day, and it could be like just a visualization, something you see in your brain, something you think about, and you take a moment to use your imagination to try to see it, right? Even if you never experienced it before, maybe you're watching something and you're like, oh, I would love to be on a yacht. Well, try to visualize yourself being on that yacht, right? Like you want to visualize the things that you actually desire, because that's what's going to get you closer to that outcome. Um, what happens when you do that, talking about the brain again, is you're creating these new patterns. You're creating these new expectations of what you desire. You're creating a new direction for your brain to to operate towards. So it's important that you do that, because it is changing your subconscious. It is guiding your actions towards a new reality, which is the reality that we're working towards. This is why you signed up for this course, because you're saying, I need a holistic approach. My life is lifing. I've got family. I've got things. I'm still in my career path. I'm not just a full entrepreneur. I can't fully commit myself to this. I can't give all the parts of me to this, right? Because of that, I need a holistic approach to building business wealth. I believe it's possible. This is something I want. This is something I desire, but I need a holistic approach to do that. So you have to create a vision for that reality. You have to create a vision for that reality, because that is how you're going to experience that reality. So, one of the ways you can cultivate that is creating a vision board. As we know, that is something that a lot of people do as really a trend or a tradition. But if it's not paired with belief, if it's not paired with action and intention towards those steps, it's just a board with cute pictures on it. That's all it is, right? So we're laying the foundation that is going to shift our mindset into action to make that vision board an actual reality. You need to be able to describe your ideal future. And let's just say you're not a cut out the picture type person to put it on a board. That's cool. You can create a vision board even in writing. You can use your phone as your diary or journal. You can do voice memos to yourself, but just really talking through a vision for your life, for your future, for your business, for your legacy, how you want to live it, what types of things you would like to experience. Um, that is how you do that. You don't have to box yourself into the way that people normally do it. Create your own way of doing it, but make sure that you do it. Make sure that it is detailed, be because it is really an approach and a technique that creates the life that you desire. It brings that desired life into your mind, and once it's in your mind, you can start taking the actions towards it. So that is the power of vision, and it's powerful. It's powerful. Okay. We are on power number 7. We only have 2 more powers to go. And this has been such a great foundational course conversation for us to lay that foundation of this wealth mindset, because it has to start with you. It has to start with your mindset first. Okay. So we've got the power of action. Power of action. And if you think about it, all the things that we have been talking about before now, they really lead up to that, right? They lead up to, what are the actions that I need to take? What are they? Because they have to be different or evolved more than what the ones that I have taken in the past to create a different outcome for my life. I have a new goal in mind, right? So there may be new things that I need to do, or things that I need to go back and reevaluate or do differently for me to achieve this new goal of building a business in a holistic way, thinking about you, centering you first. That is the holistic approach that I teach. And if that's not what you're looking for, if you're just looking to make 6 and 7 figures, there's many people that can teach you that. But at what cost? Right? As an entrepreneur, someone who's done this myself many times, I know that there's a cost. And I am teaching this course to try to help women like you not pay that cost. Like, you don't have to pay that price, girl. You don't have to do it. I promise you, is not one that you want to pay as it relates to your mental health, your physical health, your emotional health, your spiritual health, right? It's a cost that is not necessary for you to be successful in business. You don't have to give your entire life over to it. It doesn't have to control you. You are the owner of it. You are the creator of it. So let's remember that. Like, you create this thing. Why is it taking over your life? Like, no, that's not the way it should work, right? And we're going to fix that with the power of action. So, actions create momentum and results. We know that. We talked about that momentum before. Um, But now we're talking about results. We need results to really, we need to see them, we need to feel them. And as business owners, we really need to see them in our income, right? That's the whole purpose of creating a business. Yes, it may be supporting a purpose, it may be supporting a desired life, but it's doing that through bringing in currency, through bringing in money, right? So that is why we are creating these businesses. So we got to take the actions that are going to create the momentum and get us those results. A wealth mindset isn't passive, it requires consistent action towards your goals. Taking those steps, guys, one step at a time, every day, you have to make some type of step towards the thing you desire. Even if it's just thoughts like, okay, you know what? I am going to focus on having a positive mindset today. I am going to focus on being hopeful today that despite the challenges, despite all the no's I've heard, that a yes is coming. I will be able to grow my business. I will be able to live this life. And so today, I'm just going to focus on that. I may not reach out to a client or customer. I may not post anything, but today my goal is to keep my mind right. Right. I gotta get my mind together. Right. Because I know that this is something I really desire and it is possible. Like, nobody else is better than you. If they can do it, you can do it. Right. You can do this. You can do this, right? And that's why you're here, because you know, deep down, you know that you can do it. That's why you're in Women's Entrepreneurship 101. That's why you're looking for a holistic approach to do this, because there's something in you that already knows that it is possible. So, thinking about taking those consistent actions, even those small steps, what that's going to do is build that momentum and your confidence. And an example of that is, instead of just thinking about investing, take the action to open up an investment account and make your first contribution. There's a lot of different investment apps. You can invest 20 bucks. Okay. Maybe it's not the 2 million that you desire, but it is a start to get there. It gets you in the practice. It creates those new patterns in your brain that this is something that we do. So it's a great step towards what you actually desire. And it's better to do that than to just say, I'm thinking about investing. You took action. And you never know how that one action is going to cause a domino effect in your life, because it will. It absolutely will. So break down your goals into manageable steps. Don't overwhelm yourself with so many things, because when you do that, it creates inaction. You're not going to get anything done. Your body, your brain, you need rest. And so if you overwhelm yourself, you're putting yourself in that state of just overworking, and your body's going to shut down. Even if you want to keep going, your brain's going to shut down. You're going to take 10 times longer to get something done, because you can't function um, in this place of survival all the time. You have to get rest. Okay. So a way you can cultivate that is develop a clear and simple plan with action steps, set deadlines, and track your progress to stay motivated and stay on track. Simple, nothing crazy, even if you're going to do a checklist in your phone. I mean, as we go through the course, I'll provide some resources, some guides, and things that you can use. But, you know, you're laying the foundation to just take an action every day. That's it. That's what you're laying the foundation to do. Okay. So, the last power that we are going to discuss today is the power of persistence. Overcoming obstacles is essential. The path to wealth is rarely linear. Like, just follow the straight line and you'll be right there. I wish. I mean, we all do it sometimes, but it's not linear. You know, you're going to have setbacks, you're going to have challenges, but persistence is what separates you. Did you hear me? Persistence is what separates you um, from those who give up. It's the thing that separates you. It determines whether or not you succeed because this journey requires persistence. You cannot get around being persistent. Yes, you may have this amazing story where your business grew up overnight, you went viral, whatever. But once that moment is over, to sustain that business, to grow that business, you have to keep showing up. It's you have to get beyond like I've got to get all these orders out because people paid for it. Well, how do you continue to make money? You've got to be persistent in strategies, right? Those growth strategies, those money strategies, because that's the only way that business is going to be sustained and that it's going to grow and create the wealth that you're looking for. We're not looking for one time wealth. We're not looking to just blow up overnight and that's it. Now, I'm not saying we can't. I mean, I would love to. Let's do it. Let's make $1 million in 24 hours. No problem. But we want to do that consistently because the goal is to live a wealthy life. The goal is to create a business that creates wealth for you. So that requires consistency and you have to do that through you being persistent. So, one example of this is facing rejection when seeking funding. We all know that it costs money to do things. You know, there are free platforms and all that, and that's great, but not everything is free. You've got to make an investment to get a return. So, a wealth mindset views this as a temporary setback. When they tell you no, that's just temporary. Um, and so, what you would do if you believe that, if you have that wealth mindset of persistence and you believe that that's a temporary setback, you will persist, and you will find other alternatives for your funding. Or you would cut costs somewhere else. You will find a solution. That is the point. You're going to find a solution. So, developing resilience is also going to develop determination. You're going to view challenges as opportunities to grow because that's what they are. They create those opportunities for you to learn from your mistakes, to adapt your approach, and to keep you moving forward. And the way you want to focus on cultivating that is to cultivate a growth mindset. Okay. Embrace your challenges. I know it's hard and they don't feel good, and growing pains are real. Like, oh my God, they're real. But you have to embrace it because there's a gift in there for you. There's something in there for you that you need to get. And because that test, that thing, that experience is coming back around again. And when it comes back around, you need to be ready for it. You need to respond differently than you did the first time, right? So it's so important that you do that. Cultivating that growth mindset, embracing those challenges, learning from your experiences, and surrounding yourself with a supportive community. Because by doing these things, it really honors those powers. It encourages those powers that you already have inside. It reminds you that those powers exist, right? And it really is the foundation to create that holistic approach to you being an unstoppable force. You are able to shift your mindset and achieve your wealth goals if you really lean into these powers, nurture these powers, and learn, how to do these things. It's really, really important that you adopt these things as these are my powers. These are my superpowers. If you ask me about them, and it's simple. It's what I say. It's what I hear. It's what I think. These are my superpowers. Like I get to control those things, right? I get to allow those things to point me in the direction of the life I actually desire to have. Those are superpowers for me. So, as I wrap up the first week of women's entrepreneurship and your online learning, I just want to remind the students who are enrolled in the course right now that you can get a replay of this in the course. Also, there are other supplements that you need to really help with the foundation of this in the course. If you haven't registered, I'm going to put the link on the screen and also show you some of the resources that would be good for you to get. Plus, there are other resources that you'll get in the course, and also you will be able to introduce yourself to the others that are being involved in this course as well. At the bottom of the screen, you will see the website that you need to go to. It is stanstore /I am Coach Jennifer. If you go to that website, the first link that you will see is the course registration, Women's Entrepreneurship 101, a holistic approach to building a business of wealth. So once again, go to stanstore.com /I am Coach Jennifer. Click on that link. It's going to take you to the landing page to register for class. You will be put into a member portal. Once you're in that member portal, you'll be able to see the first week's lessons and the first two assignments. For week one, very, very simple assignments. All we're doing is introducing ourselves in the group chat to everyone, just so we can understand who you are, what's the type of business you have, what are your desires for yourself, and what you really are seeking in this course. Um, and the other thing that we have for week one is just to review the syllabus, so you understand like what to expect over the next 13 weeks of this course, how we can impact you, so you can be very, very present with all the things that are happening and take advantage of this value. If you weren't here at the beginning of the live, I um, gave my introduction and kind of talked a little bit about, why I do what I do, why I'm so passionate about supporting women entrepreneurs. But this is a profession for me. I am a business coach and consultant. I do have clients. I work with for profits and nonprofits and individuals to really help them transform their business and their life by creating these purposeful and profitable 6 and 7 figure businesses. What that means is that I'm busy outside of this, right? I'm doing other things. I'm having meetings. I'm supporting people, um, and so sometimes I may be a couple of minutes late to our start time, and it's definitely not intentional. It's definitely not to devalue our time together, but I am trying to balance all of these new things. And this is a new course that I have put out to support you guys. I'm also a founder of a nonprofit organization that supports women, under-resourced women entrepreneurs, and so that takes a lot of my time as well. But I am not just here to promote myself or grow an audience. And I'm sure that will come with this process. But I am here because I have something to offer you. And it is my opportunity to offer this to you in a way that you can take it and you can afford it because it's free, right? So if you can just be present in the moment, you can get thousands of dollars of insight, coaching, and strategy. As we get into this course, you're going to get some real guides and strategy that you need to build the foundation for your aspiring or existing businesses. And I am considered a high ticket coach. So um, a lot of my services may be out of the price range for a lot of small business owners. And I understand that. And that's why I do what I can to give back, because I am passionate about supporting women. And this is one of the ways that I'm able to do that through the Women's Entrepreneurship course. So get engaged, register now. I'll try to put it on the screen a different way. I think I have it. If you visit my Stand store, you can register now. Depending on what, I don't know if you're on your computer or what device you're on, you can register now. It's the first link. I would definitely encourage you to visit the Stand store, look at the other products and services that I offer, um, and see if there's something that you actually really need. One of the things that I would suggest that you do to really support you as a supplement, and it's going to be in the course materials as well for the module that we're focusing on right now, which will run through week 1 through week 5. It is focusing on that foundation of the wealth mindset and building wealth. And what does that look like? How do you create that foundation? which is all structured in your mindset. Like it's all there. So we're focusing on mindset first. Then we're going to get into the money and the methods, how we're going to make it all happen. But it starts with how you think about yourself and laying that foundation. So one of the things that I would suggest that you pick up in, let me just pull it up for you, that you pick up in the stand store that will really give you a foundation for the work that we're doing around mindset is the Your Best Year bundle. Now, this is a product that I normally have as separate documents because they're all like a full experience by themselves. How to set your intentions, how to discover your purpose, and how you plan for purpose. Like these, I mean, this is real personal transformation work. This is the type of work that I guide my clients through because even if you start with me in individual coaching, which is my highest offer right now, right? We start with personal transformation first. We've got to get your mind right, get you together to create this foundation for business transformation, to allow you to transform your life, to allow you to create 6 and 7 figures and maintain it and sustain it, because that's the goal. So if you're needing some additional support, if you're needing some guide, something to work through to really help you discover your purpose, set your intentions and plan for that purpose, that is also a part of the foundation building that we're doing. We're not going to get, I can't do everything in this course, right? As you work with me, get to know me, there's a lot that you're going to get throughout the course, but some things you have to get through my group coaching or my individual coaching because it's just not enough time to do it all. But what I will do is, suggest certain resources, and they all won't be for me. There are many places that I learn from. There's books that I have gained knowledge from that's really helped me. Other teachers, speakers. I have a rest coach. I would recommend, you guys following her and, learning how to rest. So not all resources will be from me. I'm really the type of person that like, hey, if I'm for you, I'm for you. And if I'm not, then you're not for me either. And that's okay. I'm totally okay with that because I want to be aligned with the people who are going in the same direction as I am, who desire the same type of things that I am, but you're willing also to pay the price that I paid, right? I didn't get where I am today by just being cute because I'm cute, but I got here by being relentless, being persistent, shifting my mind about the life experiences that I was having, good, bad, ugly, right? I got here by keep showing up every day. I got here by like facing my fears, or being, maybe being fearless in some ways about the things that I would normally be cautious about. And I made significant investments in myself professionally, um, thousands, over $20,000 to, really establish a foundation for myself. And so I never asked somebody for something that I'm not willing to do. But I do believe that the fact that I was willing to do those things did create the version of myself that you see today, that you experience, that allows me to help so many people, whether you're a paid client, or if I engage with you through my nonprofit, in the work that we do at Our Shared Journeys. It really has helped to shape me to who I am. And that is because I had to really get to that foundation. I had to discover who I was, get clear about my purpose, set intentions and actions towards that, and really make plans. And that's why my life has been transformed. And that's what I try to teach other people to do. And I'm very excited to have this opportunity to do this with you guys throughout this course and whatever impact that I'm able to make. Thank you for your willingness to join the course and commit to yourself. Thank you so much, Z, for registering on the website. I'm so glad that you were able to do that and get into the course. Like I said, please feel free to get into the community and make sure that you introduce yourself and really take advantage of this, guys. Like, take advantage of it because, this is my first time doing a free coaching anything because like I said, it's my bread and butter. It's what I do. It's my profession. I give back through my nonprofit. I don't give back directly, necessarily through Coach Jennifer. I funnel those gifts, those resources through my nonprofit. So this is my first Coach Jennifer free course, and it's going to be packed. It's going to be packed full of amazing things that are going to really get you a strong foundation. If you need additional resources, feel free, like I said, to check out my stand store. If you are wanting to speak to me, please feel free to DM me on any social platform. I will get back to you as soon as possible. If you join the course, I will be able to communicate with you through the course. There's a section in the community that's questions for the coach. Please feel free to put your questions there. My only ask, because I am trying to manage my time and other commitments outside of this course, is that if you only book a discovery call if you're looking for paid services. But there's many ways to contact me through, like I said, the social media platforms that we're on, or if you're registered into the course and you need to contact me, you can click on the community tab and then click on questions for the coach. Okay. And I'm happy to answer questions when I can. And I'll let you know if it's questions I can answer and it's aligned with this course's curriculum, I will. If it's something that I'm like, oh, this is maybe something you need a strategic session on, or maybe you need to consider joining the paid coaching program, the group coaching or individual, I'll let you know that too. I'm a really straightforward person, and I'm not going to waste your time. And I'm going to also respect my own time. So I'm happy to be here supporting you on your journey. Thank you so much, everyone who joined the live today. Shanna, Fortunate, I understand you are kind of slipping in and slipping out. I totally get that. It's the middle of the day. We've got a lot of things going on. Hey, KJ, thank you for joining. You're so great to always be with me and following me. And thank you, Z, for registering. Hey, Brandy, thank you for joining the live. I'm just wrapping up now, just letting everyone know how to register for the online course of Women Entrepreneurship 101. Go to the website below that says stand store / I am Coach Jennifer. The very first link you see, that will be the link to register for the course. So, hey, Brandy, that's going to be the link to register. And that registering for the online course gives you access to the rest of the community that is really engaged in doing this course, right? Because it's hard to keep up with people on social media. So registering for the community for the online course creates a more private, isolated community that's like people who are really serious about learning, not just jumping on the trends of like, hey, there's free learning everywhere, I'm just going to sign up for a million classes. No, these are people who are saying like, I am really serious about creating a profitable business. I want to do it in a holistic way. And so um, I'm going to join this course. So Brandy, to answer your question, I am teaching this first spring course on TikTok University because Hillman Talk is full with their professors for the spring of 2020. Spring of 2025. So what I'll be doing is I will be teaching on Hillman Talk. Um, I'll be teaching on Hillman Talk in the summer of 2025. So you'll be able to find my course, Women Entrepreneurship 101, um, a holistic approach to building business. Well, that will be on Hillman Talk then. But for right now, I am still teaching the course. I am just teaching it, on TikTok University. And I've created a course community off of TikTok for people who are really serious about growing their business, because that's where all of the guides will be. It is where our community discussions will be. Um, and so if you're interested in registering for the course, I think the course launched on Tuesday. And we have over 50 people, I think, registered for the course at this point. So join us in the course if you are really serious about growing a business and you want to do it in a way that honors you. Then this is the right course for you. And I would love to see you in the course. Hey, DeMarlo, thank you so much for joining the live. You guys are so amazing. Thank you for all the likes during this session. What I'll be doing is posting more videos around what you can expect in the session. I will be showing you guys a schedule of when I'll be going live. I'll be posting videos on showing you how to actually operate the online classroom and community, just so there's no confusion around how to get all those things done. Because I really would like for you guys to get registered and get engaged, because our first week is going to wrap up Saturday. For this course, our weeks run Tuesday through Saturday, because why not? And they're only on Saturday because I'm really trying to be mindful of the people who, they do have to work full-time jobs and they just don't have the capacity to do this during the week. But it's running Tuesday through Saturdays because we've got to have some sacred time for ourselves. We've got to rest. So assignments are due Saturday at midnight. There is a 48-hour period after midnight that you can still turn them in and receive reward points, because we are celebrating the fact that you're doing this work. And I am providing you guys at the end of this course different reward points that can be used towards different services. Digital products and physical products of my brand. So yeah, you can still turn those assignments in even if they're late. I just want you to know that I'm not going to be looking for you to be engaging in the course over the weekend. I'm not going to be looking for you on Sunday and on Monday. Those are our rest days and preparation days for our next week. If you have questions over the weekend and I'm just, popping in, I'm happy to do that. But, we really want to create some boundaries here. We want to set some framework so you can actually put this in your schedule and be committed to it. And grow, your business in the way that you want to grow your business. So, and protect your time, because we all are doing 1,000 things. Hello, love, cherish, and grown and chic. Thank you so much for joining. We're just wrapping up here. We're going to be on for another 4 minutes, but just wrapping up the week one of Women Entrepreneurship 101. Our focus this week was to introduce ourselves to each other and to discuss our course curriculum for this week, which was really being able to identify the 8 powers that you possess to create a life of wealth. And so we just had an amazing session. If you missed it, don't worry about it. All you have to do is go to my Stan store, which is stan.store/I am Coach Jennifer. And what you would do there is you click on the first link. That is the free course. Okay. Once you click on the first link and you get access to the course, I'll be uploading the course materials from today, the course video. So if you missed it, don't worry about it. You'll be able to go in and rewatch it. And we talked about those 8 powers that you possess. And I'm going to pop them up one more time before we get out of here. These 8 powers that you possess to, let me see if I can make them bigger for you. Okay. Yeah, I think that's bigger. I'm not sure. But the 8 powers that you possess to create a life of wealth. And so those powers are the powers of words, the power of inputs, the power of thoughts, the power of conviction, the power of emotion, the power of vision, the power of action, and the power of persistence, right? Those are the powers we talked about today. If you missed it, I'm so sorry. It was a really great foundational lesson for us to build our wealth mindset, but it will be in the online course. It'll be dropped today. So you'll be able to go back and listen to it to get the lesson for this week. Okay. Are there any questions about how to get access to the course or anything that you need? What I'll do is I'm going to check the comments in just a second to see if there's any questions. I'll answer those questions before we wrap up. Hello, everyone. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, Malika. Thank you for liking the video. Okay. So is there a Discord or Telegram group? No. I have a course system that I use, so I don't use just like a chat group, because I want you to be able to easily get access to the discussions and homework, and I don't want it to be confusing for me as well, to be able to be responsive. So if you go to my Stan store, I just put the link in the chat. If you go there, you can click on the first link and it will take you to the registration page for Women's Entrepreneurship 101. Okay, so once you click on that first link, it'll take you to that registration page. I think, let me see if I can stop this and share my screen. Let me see how I can do this. Give me 1 second here. Um, mm, okay, it's gonna allow me to do it. So let me show you. Okay, so this is what the stand store looks like. Okay, so there's many products and services, and like I said earlier, for the ones who missed it, this is what I do as a profession. Okay, I didn't just make this up overnight. So the only thing that I'm asking, because I'm happy to offer this course for free, and there won't be any charge for anything in the course. I may recommend some supplemental materials for the course. Some of those may be digital products that I may offer, or other books from other kind of industry leaders in women entrepreneurship that I know are really good books and they've helped me as well. So those may be things that I suggest that would be good for you, but you can still do this entire course without purchasing anything. It is a free course, okay? So the only thing I ask for people who are participating is that um, you would reach out to me for communication through our coaching platform, which is right here. You'll register on this landing page so you can enroll now for free. Feel free to scroll through the landing page, learn more about me and the coaching platform and all those things. Okay, it is a free course, and yet you're going to get all of these benefits from it. Those 14 weeks of training, weekly videos and guides and exercises, your supportive community. I think when I checked this morning, the course launched in that platform on Tuesday around this time, and I think we've got over 50 people signed up in that actual online course. And what that tells me is that those are the people who are really saying, like, I'm going to take this seriously. I did not just join this to do a trend. I really want to make sure that I'm taking this seriously to grow my business and create this life of wealth that I really desire. So as I release the curriculum, you'll be able to see more and more weeks of it. I just don't want to overwhelm anybody with anything right now. But once you get enrolled, you'll be added to a membership portal. Okay, you should receive an email that you were enrolled, and yeah, so you'll see it in the membership portal, and then in the membership portal you'll see the course, and you'll also see the community. Jump in. It's week one. What we're doing in the community this week is introducing ourselves. There is a thread that says week one introductions, so you want to jump into that. Okay, and you want to introduce yourself to all the other people who are participating. Read my initial message, because I tell you a little bit about how to introduce yourself so we can engage with each other and learn a little bit. And then the only other assignment for week one is for you to read the syllabus. Okay. So I'm sorry it's kind of showing up a little weird because I'm doing this on my computer, but I have it in portrait mode, so it's not showing you the website in portrait mode. But if you're on your phone, it will do that. Okay. So that's the website you would need to go to, and you can get there directly from um, the stand store that I put in the comments. Okay. So let me go back to that and show you the stand store. So this is the stand store, okay, that you go to, and it's in the comments. It is stand.store/ I am Coach Jennifer. That will take you to this course and other products and services. And like I said, for anything related to this course, feel free to DM me on social media platforms. Feel free to communicate with me in the course community. My only ask is that you reserve booking discovery calls if you are interested in paid services. So if you're interested in being a part of a group coaching program, the triple threat system, or individual coaching, feel free to book a discovery call. I would love to talk to you about that. As you can see, I have a podcast that's coming out. It's still winter, so I'm planning on releasing it really soon. But it's coming out. It's going to be amazing. If you have not subscribed to my podcast on YouTube, please subscribe to the Transformation Circle podcast. I also offer digital products, so that are really focused on wealth and building businesses that support that wealth. So we have a Become ebook, which is a wealth mindset guide, really taking you a lot deeper into how you build wealth. Your best year bundle which is another foundational tool that you can use to discover your purpose, set your intentions, and plan for your purpose, plan for your best year. So feel free to grab those things if you feel like they will be helpful. As we get into the teaching, we'll talk about the 80/20 method, and that may be the right time for you to grab that if you feel it is appropriate for you. But we will talk about 80/20 method of growing your business. I do have other services, the Ask Me Anything. Like I said, you're getting a great deal by being a part of this free course because I am making myself available to answer those questions for people who are in my course, okay, who are registered. I'll be doing that. And typically I charge $100 for that. I also have a clarity call that you can get, which is a 1 hour session to really get clarity on whatever your specific problem is. And we'll just kind of focus on that to help you move past that hurdle and grow your business. Or you can do monthly strategy sessions with me, which is a 2 hour call that we are very strategic around certain areas of your business that we're focusing on growing. And then I have group coaching programs that you can learn about on the Stand Store page. It'll tell you everything you need to know. And then one-on-one coaching would be transformed. Okay. And then lastly, and but not least, my nonprofit Our Share Journey. So there's a lot that I do. And like I said, I want you guys to really, lend me some grace and patience if I'm running late or, something crazy is happening. Um, because there's a lot that I do within the course of a day. But I want to be focused and intentional about helping you guys to grow your businesses as well. So, do you have any other questions around how to get into the course, how to get registered? Have you had any problems with it? You can also look at my previous videos on my page. They'll have a link in the description of how to get registered for the course. So, if you have any questions, I'm watching the chat now in TikTok specifically. So, if you have any questions, let me know, and I'm happy to answer those questions. Or if you have any feedback. Um, okay. Ava, so sorry, I'm just seeing your message on YouTube, Ava. Um, you're trying to get into the class, but I can't get in. Can you help? Yes, I can help, Ava. If you're still on with me, Ava, tell me what's happening. Were you able to go to the link that was provided? I'm going to give you this link. It is my Stand Store link. If you go there, you should be able to click on the first image that you see. It is for the course on Entrepreneurship 101. It's going to take you to a landing page for the course, and then you should be able to register for the course. So if that does not work, if you get stuck on one of those steps of the process, please let me know. I'm still watching the chat to be able to support you. Okay. Hey, hey. Okay, Summer, what times am I on here live? So my live times will be announced in my course. I am doing my best to make it consistent every week. What I will do is I'll be live twice a week, um, in the evening and in the morning. I think I will stick with lives on Thursday evenings. Today I have a conflict, so I couldn't do Thursday evening. But I think for the remainder of the course, I'll be free and I'll do Thursday evenings at 7 p.m. CST, Central Standard Time. And then I'll do Saturday mornings for the people who cannot, join us during the week. So I'll do Saturday mornings probably at 10 or 11 CST. But once you get registered in the course, I'm going to be dropping that into the course this week to let everyone know when they can catch me on live. And I'll try to make a post as well on the social media accounts to give you guys the live schedule so you don't miss the course. But don't worry, if you miss the course today, you can go into you can go and register for the course, and I'm going to add the lesson for today into the course so you can go and rewatch what you missed. It's going to be about an hour long, but it is so worth it. It is the foundation, to build this wealth mindset. Put it on when you are washing dishes, put it on, when you get ready to wind down for the night, because it's a great thing to be thinking about is how you shift the way you think, right? Don't make it overcomplicated. Put it on while you're doing a walk, run, exercise routine, but just take the time to listen to it because we are building the foundation to help you achieve a wealthy life using business as that tool to do so. Okay. A life of wealth is what we're focusing on doing. And we're going to get into all the things that that really means. But today we really focus on the 8 powers that you possess to create a life of wealth. And it was a great lesson for anyone who's been on here the entire time. Feel free to chime in, tell them something that they missed, whatever you want to do. But it was a great lesson, and it will be in our online course, which is located at the Stand store. If you click on the link that I'm providing right here, Summer, you can get registered, and then you won't miss anything. And I will try to set up live events. So then once you get registered, you'll be able to get notifications because it'll be an event. I'll try to do that as well to really help you guys be able to get into the course. All right, let me see if Ava was able to get in. I think you are good to go, Ava. Let me pull it up and see. Let's see, Ava. Okay, Ava, did you get in? I'm not sure. Um, okay. Well, if for some reason you weren't able to get in, Ava, or anyone else is having problems, hey, Summer, great. I'm glad you got registered. But if anyone else is having problems getting in or getting registered, just DM me. I will try my best to be responsive within 24 hours, if not sooner, to get you access to the course. It's Women Entrepreneurship 101, a holistic approach to building business wealth. And if that's what you're looking for, you need to get signed up for this course. In the meantime, go to the Stand store, get registered. If there are other products and services that you're interested in, feel free to browse around and get to know a little bit more about me and what my business is about and what I offer as a business coach. Okay. I hope to see you guys in class. I hope to read your introductions and learn more about your businesses and really go on this journey with you. So I'll be live again on Saturday, this Saturday. Let's do 11 a.m. CST. 11 a.m. CST live this Saturday, and I'll post something so you guys will know that as well. But in the meantime, enjoy your lovely day. And I'm signing off. Talk to you guys soon. Okay.